Today we are going to discuss general arithmetics. We are going to look at the standard form. What is the standard form? The standard form is a way of expressing very large numbers and also very small numbers in a simpler form. And we are going to discuss this later, but just to preempt, the simpler form is a times 10 to the power n. The reason of expressing numbers, especially very large and very small numbers, in this simpler form is for computational reasons. Let us consider numbers we find in nature. An example of large or very large numbers will be the speed of light. And the speed of light is oftenly denoted as c. We can also look at the astronomical unit. Astronomical unit is the distance between the sun and the earth, which is denoted as AU. The speed of light, c, is equal to 299,792,458 meters per second. The astronomical unit is equal to 149,597,870,700 meters. As you can see, these numbers are very large. The value of c is almost 300 million meters per second. The value of the astronomical unit, almost 150 million kilometers or 150 billion meters. So if we need to use, for example, the speed of light in an equation like E is equal to mc squared, the mathematics becomes tedious, it becomes long, and we are more prone to errors if we are going to quote C as 299,792,458 meters per second. This is the reason why we use the approximation 3 times 10 to the power 8 meters per second when we need to quote the speed of light in any equation. Let us look at an example of very small numbers. Consider an atom. Say we need to find the mass or radius of an atom. This is going to be very small since an atom is a very small particle. Maybe we need the mass and the radius of subatomic particles like a proton. Maybe we need the mass and radius of subatomic particles like protons. These are considerably very small numbers. We can also take the mass of a leaf, which we are approximating to be 0.0001 grams. This is also a small number. So we have defined the necessity of the standard form as a way of writing large numbers or small numbers in a form which we can use easily in computations. Let us now consider how we express small numbers in standard form. What we are defining to be a small number is a number which is less than 0. So our small number x is a number which is less than 0. How do we express small numbers in standard form? We need also to define what the standard form is. As we have already stated, the standard form is a number expressed in this generalized expression, a times 10 to the power n, where a is a number which is between 1 and 10. So a can be greater than or equal to 1, but it should be less than 10. In layman terms, a should be a single digit number. If a is a decimal, it should be in this form, a, comma, and whatever decimal figures which follow. In simpler terms, if a is a decimal, it should be, before we write the comma, we should only have one digit. So we should remember that a should be a number between 1 and 10. We should also remember that n should be a whole number. Let us work through example 1. Express 1, 0.001 to 0.000001 in standard form. To do this, we are going to employ two methods. Method number 1, taking our part 1 of the question. 0,001. We are going to express this number as a fraction. It becomes 1 over 1000. How did we get to this conclusion that 0,001 is equivalent to 1 over 1000? The simpler way is to just write this one or quote this one here, and then the division sign, it becomes 1 over the number of decimal places corresponds with the number of zeros in our denominator. So here we have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. It becomes 1 over 1000 with 3 zeros. If we want to be technical, we can actually insert an abacus here. So these are units, comma, tens, hundredths, and thousandths. So since it's 1000th, it's 1 over 1000. After writing it as a fraction, we are going to write it in this form, 1 over 10 to the power 3. Since 1000 is equal to 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 3 being 10 times 10 times 10. And after writing it in this form, we are then going to write it as 1 times 10 to the power minus 3. Taking note of the change of signs of the power from a positive when it was a denominator and now it's a negative. This change of sign is very important. This number, 1 times 10 to the power minus 3, is 0.001 expressed in standard form. Why? Because it is satisfying the general expression of a standard form, which is a times 10 to the power n. We said that a should be a number between 1 and 10, and true to the fact 1 is a number between 1 and 10. We also said n should be a whole number. True to the fact minus 3 is a negative whole number. It's not a fraction. Let us consider method number 2. For our method number 2, we are going to do this. 0.001 is equal to. We are going to take note of the number of decimal places the comma is going to move as we express this in standard form. So our comma is going to move 1, 2, 3 decimal places, and it's moving from the left to the right, which gives a negative power. So our answer here is going to be 1 times 10 to the power minus 3. Minus 3 being the number of decimal places 1, 2, 3. And this negative sign owed to the fact that we are moving the comma from the left to the right. So these are our two methods. You need to choose which method you want to go with. But I'm going to encourage the second method because of its efficiency. Let us consider example number 2. For our example number 2, we need to express 0,075 and 0,0000063 in standard form. Again, we are going to demonstrate both method 1 and method 2. So our method 1, for part 1 of our question, 0,075. Expressing this as a fraction, it is going to be 7,5 over 100. Why is it so? We need to take into cognizance that a should always be a number between 1 and 10. So if we had expressed this as 75 over 1000, this 75, which is later going to be a, is now above 10. So in order for us to make sure that a is a number between 1 and 10, we express this as 7.5 over 100. Why 100? We have counted only two decimal places, 1 and 2. This becomes a little complicated. We're going to see how easy our method 2 is going to be. So this becomes 7.5 over 10 squared, since 10 squared is equal to 100. And in standard form, it's now 7.5 times 10 to the power minus 2. This is in standard form because our a is between 1 and 10, actually less than 10 but greater than 1. And also our n is a negative whole number. Let us consider method number 2 on this one. It's 0.075 being equal to the number of decimal places our comma moves. It's 1, 2. It's only moving 2 decimal places for us to make sure that A is a number above 1 but below 10. So here our final answer is going to be 7.5 times 10 to the power 2 decimal places moved. The movement is from left to right, so it's a negative. Our answer is 7.5 times 10 to the power minus 2. You can pause and attempt the second part of our example number 2 using either or both of methods 1 and method 2, and then unpause to see the solution. Part 2 of our example number 2, 0.000063. Our method number 1, 0.000063, it's equal to, as a fraction, it's 6.3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is equal to 6.3 over 10 to the power 5, since 100,000 is equivalent to 10 to the 5, and this will be 6.3 times 10 to the power minus 5, a negative power because of this transition from denominator to numerator. How about our second method? For our second method, it's 0.000063. Then we look at the number of times our comma is going to move. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's ending at 5 because we need to make sure A remains between 1 and 10. So this is equal to 6.3 times 10 to the power, number of decimal places 5, and movement from left to right, it's a negative movement. This will be our answer. Thank you.